A warm welcome back to your latest industry recap. I'm going to have to apologise in advance for my voice, which is not quite there at the moment. That being said, today there's a potential new A321 XLR deal coming, an airline planning flights as far as London, and Etihad Airways route expansion. Why not begin with XLR news, as Airbus could be set to secure another new commercial aircraft order for its popular and emerging A321 XLR. The customer in question, none other than AirAsia, is interested in purchasing this plane, with the budget carrier looking to convert existing orders to the XLR model. AirAsia has a long history with Airbus and relies solely on them to power its fleet. In the future, the A321neo family will play quite a big role in serving the network, and as with that, AirAsia finds itself evaluating what is the best course of action moving forward. There's now an appetite to adjust the structure of the backlog and include some of the next generation game-changing A321 XLR jets to align with growth targets moving forward. As has been known for some time, AirAsia is already in deep discussions with Airbus over the purchase of more A321neos, with a market figure of 50 to 70 jets previously being quoted. While no deal was confirmed at the recent 2025 Paris Air Show, work is still being conducted to finalise this and have it announced as soon as possible. If pulled off, and according to reporting aired by Reuters and industry sources, it would mean AirAsia would join now a long list of operators that have committed to the plane that comes with that extra long range. These capabilities have made the plane a game changer for many operators looking to launch into new markets, add a range, and replace some of their older jets with something that breaks the previously established barriers. That's really what the XLR has been able to do. It obviously entered service less than 12 months ago, but since its entry, airlines have been able to open their horizons to new routes that were not previously possible, certainly not possible with a single aisle jet. Not only does this see them increase their market share, it makes longer flying now more profitable than it once would, and has certainly lessened the pressure that was present on some of your wide-body planes. Over to the next story, and Etihad Airways are expanding their international network with the launch of new routes from 2026. During the busy summer season, they'll offer flights to Krakow and Salalah in Oman. The new routes, Etihad says, will enable passengers to discover some of the more unique cities across Europe and the Middle East, in a bid to grow its market share. The latest route confirmations launching within the year are also part of the airline's planned global expansion, which will continue to unfold over the next 5 years. It's been a very busy last 12 months, and you can expect this to only continue. Journey 2030, as it has been labelled, is an initiative aimed at expanding not only across the route network, but also in terms of fleet, employees, and really all other areas of the business. The initiative represents the second expansion in the last 15 years of such a scale to unfold, the first arguably being a colossal failure, as missteps were taken by upper management, which then plunged Etihad into losses that exceeded billions per annum. Moving forward, measures are being taken to ensure this doesn't happen, and after exiting restructuring, Etihad Airways feels more than primed to take on the challenge and continue with its expansion in a new direction. Seasonal flights to Krakow will launch on the 16th of June 2026, with flights concluding on a seasonal basis on the 5th of September, departing as EY163 from Abu Dhabi at 2:40. The flight will be offered thrice weekly on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The return flight as EY164 is scheduled for an 11:05 in the morning takeoff. All flights depart and arrive at their end point on the same day. Etihad planning to use its state-of-the-art A321LR to make this route happen. In terms of your new service towards the Oman city, you can expect the Airbus A320 to be on this market, and there will be service as EY687, 688. Departures again on a seasonal basis, but this one is from the 21st of May through to the 15th of September. Interestingly, the flight will initially be twice weekly, but then it will move up to daily for some of the busiest months of the season. Over to the final story, and that is with AirAsia. Not necessarily related to the XLR, although it does tie in to a certain extent, but this is solely focusing on the future of their route network. They're progressing with plans to launch service to Europe as early as this year, with London to be included in the network portfolio. As part of these plans, the company says they will look to develop a hub in the Gulf, leveraging the geographical positioning to its advantage. At this point, according to Tony Fernandez, the CEO, there remains no specific airport selection in the Gulf. However, when chatting with the Financial Times, he said work is underway to make this a reality. For AirAsia, the belief is that the next frontier of of its development as an airline group is to spread its wings further, and European cities are of great interest for that next step. As for the markets in Europe and neighbouring countries, Fernandez has cited London as being one of particular interest, with airports like Gatwick offering an opportunity to provide a low-cost means of travel to and from Asia through the Gulf. While tensions do exist, talks with airports in the Gulf remain ongoing to find a means to make the routes really profitable but also accessible, as the distance between Europe and its home presents challenges without really a stopover port. A one-stop, multi-hop strategy, as Fernandez is calling it, is therefore something that is internally hoped to become a reality in due course. What makes the routes more exciting is the way AirAsia aims to make this a reality, which involves broadening its horizon and focusing on some of your smaller airports rather than the biggest airport in each of the respective European countries that it would look to fly to. This approach enables the airline to offer lower fares as it leverages the cost advantages of these smaller airports, where in contrast, this may hinder, say, continued travel if it was to go with one of your larger ports, and we know AirAsia has a focus away from that. The Asian operator isn't a stranger to European services, but flying in this direction has been absent for some time, which now could soon change, aligning with further growth across the business. In late 2024, AirAsia earmarked this year as one that would be key for growth to combat the increasing competition it was facing, not just in its home market, but also in neighbouring regions, and to support the future growth, as I took a look at the beginning of this video in the first story, they're keen on committing to more A321neo jets, even extending towards your regional powerhouse in the A220, with that order expected to be announced in due course as well. Very keen to see where AirAsia takes themselves in the future. If you have any thoughts, you're more than welcome to drop them down below in the comments. But until next time, take care and do be safe.
And we'll fly.